This is how you're going to be losing weight without having to give up the foods that you love, like tacos, pan dulce, mangonadas, anything that you love, you don't have to give it up. And if you're wondering why should you even listen to me, it's because I have over 1,000 transformations helping millennial Latinas have a healthy relationship with food and keep the weight off for good. So in order to lose weight, you don't have to deprive yourself. You don't have to follow these restrictive meal plans like the bro meal plans, the bodybuilder ones where all you have to eat is chicken breast and asparagus all day long and you feel like you hate your life. You don't have to do that. Instead, focus on building healthy habits. And what I mean by this is having a strategic pattern, behavior, or habit along with the way that you eat. So let me give you an example of what I did this morning. This morning, I had 1.5 cups of nopales, I had 5 egg whites, a tomato for food volume, of course I added some tajin in there, and I added some Greek yogurt instead of crema as a healthy food swap to increase my protein intake and reduce my overall fat. And of course, I have my pan dulce as my source of carbohydrates. So the way you should be eating for adequate fat loss in a fun way that can be sustainable for you is to, number one, eat the veggies first. Increase the food volume. So practice eating your vegetables, in this case nopales, and then have the food volume with the tomatoes, then go ahead and start eating your protein. Third, you're going to focus on your carbohydrates. By the time you're already consuming your carbohydrates, you are already going to start to feel the sensation of fullness. At the first sign that you feel you are full, then just go ahead and stop eating. In this case, as you can see, I didn't even get to finish half of my pan dulce because I was already feeling full. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it and I'm going to add it into my next meal, which is going to be lunch. That way I have something that I absolutely love with my lunch and I don't have to feel deprived. This is the importance of developing a healthy relationship with food, building the patterns and the habits around eating correctly. That way you don't have to deprive yourself and feel like you're overeating. The problem within our Latin community is that we have been conditioned at a very young age to overeat. If you don't finish everything on your plate, well then guess what? You're either sick or you're going to offend the cook. And that is something that is affecting us into adulthood. So these limiting beliefs is actually what's keeping us overweight and unhealthy. So it's not the pan dulce that's making you gain weight, it's your unhealthy relationship with food that is keeping you overweight. Is click the link in my bio and go ahead and apply for a free consultation because I am so dedicated to helping millennial Latinas have a healthy relationship with food, lose weight, and most importantly, keep it off by building healthy, sustainable fat loss habits.